conversation with Dayo, Ogunbowale, and Tola Teriba. Enjoy it.
Conversation with Dayo and Tola. Conversation with Dayo and Tola. Conversation with Dayo and Tola.
A beautiful Friday morning to you from wherever you're listening across the world. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM and it's Conversation with Dayo and Tola. I am Oladayo Ogunbowale.
I'm Tola Teriba. Good morning.
A beautiful Friday morning. It's thank God it's Friday and it's a special Friday. It's the 12th of June 2020. Commemoration of the June 12 Democracy Day. Initially it was Abiola Day until 2018, formally commemorated only in the southwest of Nigeria. Only the Yoruba states were recognizing it then. But then President Muhammadu Buhari decided, okay, let's shift May 29 to June 12 and make it a special day for Nigeria, a day where we commemorate the return to democracy for Nigeria. And of course, the main man and the high of it all is Moshood Kashimawo or Lawale Abiola, who threw it all, into the ring in 1993 to contest for the number one position in Nigeria. Elections came and went, results were announced, but the results were annulled.
So, under the jackboots of the military.
The man has a name. He's alive anyway. Badamasi Babangida decided to annul the elections for reasons best known to him and those close to him. And we shot ourselves in the leg that day because we never since that time had an election that free, that fair, that
all inclusive.
I mean, nobody cared about your religion, nobody cared about where you came from, and that was one of the most expensive elections actually that we had. People came out and spent their money. There
was a painstaking preparation in the processes leading up to that elections. You remember the transition program?
Exactly. A lot was put in place. The individuals put in money. Abiola spent money. I tell people today, most local government secretariats, especially in southwest Nigeria, today, most local government secretariats were SDP secretariats. No, that's the truth. So it shows how much these guys were involved in the elections. Unfortunately, we lost that opportunity, and a day like this is supposed to, afford us an opportunity to look back, okay, how far we fared. Okay, let's say 1993 has gone. 1999 was another opportunity.
I know robust memories there for Nigerians who were discerning. I mean, age-wise, at that time, Nigerians were adults or even children at that time. Very fond memories. The robust political jingles, the SDP, the NRC.
Also, I'm trying to get. So if I can get one, especially
yes,
is our man, no. You know, I mean, just so that children born, I mean, a child born in 2007 does not know, and that child is 20 years this year. You can just imagine. Not to talk of somebody born maybe 2 years after 1995.
You know, before some people did something to history in the school's curriculum. By now, all these events would have been packaged into the most recent history books.
Exactly.
But what do we have?
Well, it's the 12th of June, 2020. It's a special day for Nigeria. We call it Democracy Day. We're here, broadcasting live on the radio network of the Broadcasting Corporation of your state, right here from our Oluyole Orita Bashor studios in Ibadan. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM. I understand some are listening to us via Agility 92.1 FM. Okiogun 96.3 FM is also on the network. And for our online audience, facebook.com/Oluyole 98.5 FM. We apologize, we did not stream yesterday. It was a technical glitch. We're back as we speak. On Twitter, we're live on Oluyole at Oluyole FM, on Instagram at Oluyole 98.5 FM. You prefer the website, we're there, www.bcus.tv/listen. We're right there. And Mixer, you prefer mixer.com/Oluyole FM. And in due course, we will open the phone line for you, our distinguished listeners, to contribute and share your opinion about June 12th. While we do that, we'll do what we do, as always. Newspaper review, top-notch analysis. I have a copy of the Punch newspaper.
And I have a copy of the Nigerian Tribune.
PTF meets governors, security agencies as COVID-19 cases surge. Record 681 new infections emerge nationwide as total cases reach 14,554. Majority of Nigerians at risk of contracting coronavirus, says federal government. Worship centers, Lagos deploys security agents to enforce compliance. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper.
All right, banner headline of the Nigerian Tribune, Democracy Day. NADECO lists 12 conditions to save Nigeria. Demands convocation of ethnic nationalities conference by president. Our best, not good enough since 1999. That's coming from former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. The June 12 milestone for democracy, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And secure Nigeria, the process for Electoral Act amendment, PDP tells Buhari. All that on pages 12 and 14 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Wow, so much from today. Experts doubt implementation as Senate passes 10.8 trillion revised budget. Page 25 of the Punch newspaper. People are beginning to doubt the possibility of the implementation of this year's budget, despite the fact that we went ahead to pass a 10.8 trillion revised budget. Page 25 of the Punch newspaper. You want details? You can find it there.
All right, Nigeria is third worst country on child marriage index, says UNICEF. That's on page 36 of the Nigerian Tribune. And what worries me about these statistics at times is that, sometimes you see the people who are Nigerian just representatives in the hallowed chambers, they are the ones that actually go ahead to personally perpetrate some of these things. Recall that former governor who married a 13-year-old from Egypt.
I'm telling you.
At the time, and you think that by this time they will be standing against some of these things, albeit their own part of the country is where these things mostly happen. But you would think that as lawmakers, they would want to be legislating against them, some of these practices. Well, now that's UNICEF there for you, saying we are now the third worst country on child marriage index.
It's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate because just like the example you gave, when you have a legislator who is involved, so what else? I mean, definitely any law that will want to counter that will be thrown out of the window. They will find a way, find a way. How does it? What A 13-year-old, can she make decision on her behalf? And herself? So, but these are discussions we need to have, because if we elect people to make decisions for us, and those people themselves are culprits, we're not ready. That's the meaning. Wadume, slain policeman's family seeks damages. Killer soldiers prosecution. That's on page 9 of the Punch newspaper. I think the Attorney General will have a lot of this plates to handle here. I'm pretty sure the family of this slain policeman would not just allow that move he made. I mean, the Attorney General.
No, without any
He will have a lot to handle. I mean, he will need to do a lot of explanations. We will need to do a lot of explanations. Page 9 of the Punch newspaper. Wadume, slain policeman's family seeks damages. Killer soldiers prosecution.
Now, court affirms INEC's power to deregister 32 political parties. That's on page 36 of the Nigerian Tribune.
We've had that coming back and forth in the courts. Elections are here. Just imagine the Ondo, how would they, those parties? Okay, all right. Lawan Bajabia Miller plan to meet Buhari over insecurity. That's page 36 of the Punch. They had a special session with security chiefs yesterday. I think maybe it's what they discussed. They want to go and share with Mr. President. He knows that.
Definitely.
There's something better.
Nigerians are waiting anyway with the last wave of killings, that it won't be just the same old story. We've deployed soldiers, we compensate with the families of the victims.
We're gradually just getting used to things like that. 80-something dead, 70-something dead, and people don't seem to just feel anything. Really, human lives.
Move on with our lives as if nothing has happened.
It's painful. Well, that story is on page 36 of the Punch newspaper.
Infectious disease bill will trigger anarchy in security. That's coming from the Christian Association of Nigeria, and on page 37 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Talking about D-Day today, June 12. Afenifere Tinubu, Atiku, others, El Habiola, Lagos hosts youths. That's on page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
All right, talking draft anti-corruption this morning. Alleged fraud, EFCC said to prosecute Okorocha. Returns recovered 2.7 billion naira to Imo government. Uncovers 1,000 ghost workers in Kwara. Pages 34 and 36 of the Nigerian Tribune. We also have a court case.
I thought Salaki was their problem in Kwara.
1,000 ghost workers.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You can imagine what the government will be losing to those ghost workers.
That drama in Imo State, that you are returning money when you know who stole it, and the person is still sitting and making decision. We are fighting corruption. Yeah. I remember a particular statement credited to one of the senior advocates of Nigeria, who said they are fighting. I'm quoting him now. Mike Ozekume, so that people will not say that I said Mike Ozekume, SAN, said, and I quote, they said they are fighting corruption. They are only returning looted funds. Is that fighting corruption? End of quote.
And they slap on the wrist for the thief.
We know this governor. I mean, I'm pretty sure by the time we start reading, they will mention they know the person who took the money. He's currently a serving senator in our red chambers, and they just returned the money, and they are telling him we may or we will. Really? The argument some Nigerians do make is that if you go all the way, prosecution, litigation, that it may be difficult. Look like technicalities in the Nigerian legal system. It may be difficult to actually get this money back, and these people may actually end up at the end of the day getting off on certain technicalities. So why not just have them return the money? And too bad. What's the assurance that person there will not just
exactly my thoughts. After all, money has been returned, and Nigerians are not feeling the impact.
Remember the Ondo money that was discovered? Only for us to hear the next day that it has been spent. Welcome to Nigeria. All right. I love this country. All right. Man 75 arrested for alleged rape of 15-year-old Oshun Oka. That's on page 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. We have protest and rape, end to rape across the country. We have pictures speak here, Jos, Enugu, Lagos. Report and shame the rapists, stand against rape, all across the country. Wow, we must put an end to this.
This one, page 32 of the Nigerian Tribune, a woman arrested for aiding son's escape after allegedly defiling 9-year-old girl. And there seems to be some breakthrough over the mother of Caesar at Shomuiwa, the pregnant woman who was killed in Akinyele local government area.
Okay.
And, it says police arrest one over Ibadan murder.
As a lead, I hope, I had the commissioner relocated his officer. Yeah, so we should expect good news from that angle. We should expect, must nip this in the bud.
And they say investigation into Barakat's killing is also ongoing.
Good. Motorists lament barricades, gridlock on Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. What of the interstate lockdown?
I wonder.
Okay, all right.
So, is it that we have so many people on essential services, so many vehicles conveying food items, such that there has to be.
I think we should just officially say we've lifted it because you need to see the queue. The traffic here is something else. Motorists lament barricades, gridlock, Lagos Ibadan Expressway, pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper.
We corrected Bayelsa Deputy Governor's exemption certificate on his request, says NYSC.
Okay,
that's one of the Nigerian Tribune.
All right, the Kwara story is there. 1,000 ghost workers uncovered on Kwara's payroll. Officials arrested. Pages 1 and 5 of the Punch newspaper right there. And we have Assembly approves Ogun's 250 billion naira bond for post-COVID-19 crisis. 250 billion. That's a huge amount of money. Wow. All right, page 42 of the Punch newspaper.
And Kaduna Assembly in Rowdy session as a deputy speaker is removed.
You didn't see that video yesterday? It was serious basketball, so serious punching. Anthony Joshua, we have some sparring partners.
And in that situation, no social distancing.
Social distancing. They were closing the distance with punches yesterday. They eventually impeached the deputy speaker. You guys go for good. Someone else is there. I just shook my head. This is our democracy.
Well, maybe you didn't get wind of the plan long enough, because the typical Nigerian politician would come to the assembly with his own boys and make sure that sitting does not hold.
Well, apparently, I think it was turned, the whole plan was turned inside out. The plan was to remove the speaker. Spearheaded by the deputy speaker. So the speaker probably got wind, and then the whole thing. So the men of the deputy speaker too got angry, and before you know it, but the deed was done. The speaker seemed to have the majority. If time permits, we'll take the story. It was quite interesting. It was a TV station that broke it yesterday, and wow, I was just shaking my head. What a democracy! Democracy. What Nigeria? Wonderful people.
Like Fula would say, them all.
Don't say the rest. Don't say the revenge. It's Friday. Let's take COVID-19 updates for today. Confirmed cases in Nigeria today stands at 14,554 cases. Discharged people 4,494. And deaths stands at 387, excluding the Kano. All right. Breakdown according to states. Let's just take a couple. Lagos stands on top of the table with 6,611 confirmed cases. The FCT is number 2 with 1,097 cases. Kano has 1,048 cases. Osun with 50 cases. Oyo has 434 cases. Edo has 490 cases. Ogun has 523 cases. Kwara has 143. Katsina 411. Bauchi 392. Kaduna 392. Akwa Ibom 45, Delta 225, Ekiti 30, Ondo 54, Enugu 35, Rivers 454, Niger 46, Benue 13, Anambra 53, Borno 381, Jigawa 314, Plateau 130, Bayelsa 32, Kebbi 47, Zamfara 76, Yobe 52, Abia 97, Gombe 293, Sokoto 129, Anambra, Adamawa 42, Taraba 10, is 18, okay, 18, Ebonyi 152, Imo 114, Nasarawa 128, and Kogi 3. On the global scale, total confirmed cases stands at 7,574,790. Death toll across the globe stands at 422,823. That's the COVID-19 update, Nigeria and across the globe for today. I think it's time to take some major stories.
All right, we also have some headlines. COVID-19, Nigerians going through trying times. It says Buhari and COVID-19, Nigeria has entered our. You know, I think maybe that's the Democracy Day speech. And that's what Shibajo also submitted economic sustainability plan. Under COVID-19, Nigeria has entered phase of community spread, according to the PTF chairman.
That's not news. We know. We know. It's I mean, I think one of the reasons why your state adds was one of the highest, I think top 5 yesterday, maybe, you know, is because we started doing community testing itself now, you know, and I discovered that people are gradually actually going to that testing center. I know, because one is not too far from where I live.
Willingly.
You know, they may not go where you see them, they just hide and go there. This cough is becoming, let's test. It's better. Don't hide at home. So just go. Surrender yourself for testing. I think I like this headline in front of you. Let's start with this story.
Well, we're talking about Democracy Day, Nadeko.
Is that Nadeko?
Nadeko. Remember Nadeko. List 12 conditions to unity, peace. Insist on return to federalism. Demands President convokes ethnic and nationalities conference. 21 years after it led the struggle that culminated in the restoration of civil rule, the National Democratic Coalition, NADECO, on Thursday declared that Nigeria remained in dire straits. Accordingly, it listed about 12 fundamental conditions, including a return to federalism, coupled with a convocation of an ethnic nationalities conference to save the country from its woes. All the conditions are based on what the coalition perceived as the reneging of President Muhammadu Buhari and his party, the All Progressive Congress, on premises that catapulted them to power since 2015. In a lengthy statement by the National Secretary of NADECO, Chief Ayo Okbadoku, commemorating the 27th anniversary of the annulled June 12, 1993 Presidential Poll and Democracy Day, NADECO claimed that the status quo ante had persisted in most spheres of the nation's life. Democracy Day, NADECO lists 12 conditions to unity, peace, insists on return to federalism, and demands President convokes ethnic and nationalities conference. Page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Well, yeah, if we really want to. But somebody will say we'll be having confabs and conferences.
That's just the point. Personally, I'm also skeptical about convening another national gathering to discuss Nigeria. I mean, what about the ones we've had in the past and their recommendations, especially the national conference held towards the twilight of the Jonathan administration? Many analysts and quite a huge majority of Nigerians do agree that the recommendations are robust, ideal, and apt. But it seems someone or some people somewhere think that implementing such recommendations would upset their own apple cart. Now another conference of ethnic nationalities to hold again at this time. Now, to what end, Dayo, and based on what premise? Let's begin to revisit the recommendations of our past discussions. And I'm somewhat also puzzled that the National Assembly, the Senate, and House of Reps, who are the people's representatives, have also been conveniently silent about these things and seem to feel comfortable if the recommendations of the last confab are confined to the dustbin of history?
Well, if you ask me, I think we should just go check the report from the last confab. Can we begin to pick portions, even if we will not, execute all? We've had several conferences. Instead of asking for a new one where we just throw money and waste billions, can we look at the previous ones and pick out some? Some have asked that we return to the regional system. I think we've gone past that. My opinion.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, so can we just look at recommendations from previous combat reports, those that we know for it, whether we like it or not, that these are low-hanging fruits, and just begin to execute them one after the other. I remember the Oluyole report. Mr. President gave order that they should go, and I don't know how far, okay, but we know Mr. President said they should, put things in place to. But if you look at the 2020, even the revised budget of 10.8 something trillion, it still captured all the parastatals, which means the whole 2020 will still spend money on those parastatals, whether they function or not. So I'm sorry to say, it looks like Mr. President's words may really not be adhered to as regards implementation of the Oluyole reports.
I know in this portion, Nadeko claiming that the status quo ante had persisted in most spheres of national life. Now, that reminds me this morning, looking at Nigeria via music now, so to say. Those evergreen songs, that someone once sang, this Yoruba song, Bao Bao Langbo, Aomobi Botin, Oro Nigeria, you, Kumama Dogu,
I wish they're not hearing Bao Bao. It's unfortunate, but
that musician
it's the truth.
Was warning about the perpetual echoes and threats of chaos.
Militarization of elections, hooliganism. I mean, look at the Kogi election, the last Kogi Guba elections. Shots were fired even from helicopters. And I'm like, I nearly shed tears. I say, it has reached this level. It has reached this level. People were campaigning and they were saying, we are telling you ahead that what we would do is that we'll fire some of you. I mean, this is not about any party, it's about our lives. I mean, are we really looking at the future? I tell people, I said, if we really want to be sincere with ourselves, no party has really survived for that long in Nigeria. It's just a set of people that will move from one point to the other. We are the NCNC of today, the NPN. Before you know it, they will change party, change name. A lot of people will move there and all that. But should I use their, dark ideology remains the same. And until we begin to see beyond there, it's APC, it's PDP, we are not ready.
And honestly, I think it's high time we stopped blaming the military for some of these things. The men of the jackboot, for God's sake, they've been gone for quite a while.
No, I mean, it's an opportunity to have something to point finger at. So it's an opportunity, and that's why even in the inside democracy, so you come see somebody say, "Hey, it was some people in the past government that have spent a number of years. They are the ones that are not allowing us perform." It's a Nigerian method, okay, and I think it's just an opportunity for us as people, a day like this, to reflect and check out where we've been coming from and look forward. Where do we want to be? You remember in the 1990s or late 80s, early 90s, it was Vision 2020. Hello, this is 2020. Are we anywhere near? It's almost the same. I see nothing changed. PTF meets governors, security agencies as COVID-19 cases surge. Let's take that story on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. PTF meets governors, security agencies as COVID-19 cases surge. The federal government on Thursday said it was concerned about a spike in COVID-19 cases in the country, which increased from 4,641 on May 11 to 14,554 on Thursday night. The chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 and Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, at the PTF press conference in Abuja, said that the 663 cases recorded on Tuesday, the highest in any single day, were disturbing. The PTF chairman also disclosed that he would on Thursday night begin a series of video conferences with some governors appointed by the National Economic Council. He said he would also meet security agencies towards ensuring compliance with guidelines aimed at checking for the spread of the disease. Mustafa said this as the Minister of Health, Dr. Sagi Hanere, disclosed that 39% of confirmed COVID-19 cases in the country were symptomatic, while 61% were asymptomatic. Based on the Minister's disclosure, 5,410, 39% of the 13,873 recorded as of Wednesday night were symptomatic, while 8,462, 61% were asymptomatic. Symptomatic patients show symptoms of the virus such as fever, coughing and sneezing, while those who are asymptomatic do not develop any symptoms. As of Wednesday, Nigeria had recorded 13,873 coronavirus infections with 382 deaths, while 4,351 patients had been treated and discharged. New strain of COVID-19 in Nigeria possible. Ehanere said the government could not rule out the possibility of a new strain of COVID-19 in the country. He said, as for the strain of COVID-19, yes, when Nigerians were coming back in batches from different countries, the US, Saudi Arabia, Europe, and China, the question did arise, and some of them tested positive for COVID-19. The question did arise about whether the strain of COVID-19 they have is the same one that was known. The National Institute of Pharmaceutical Research and Development did a genome sequencing of the virus of the index case that came long ago. This is the first in Africa. Quoting him now, it was confirmed to be the same strain as what was circulating in Italy and China. So we raised the question whether there has been mutation since then in people coming from other areas. I don't have any information of that yet, but it's suspected that it is possible. It is not yet updated, but I'm sure that research centers in Yaba, Lagos, and the one in Ede are trying to do a sequencing that will show us whether all these viruses are the same or whether they have a different sequencing. Nigeria also testing 2,000 daily, states not supplying enough samples, according to the NCDC. PTF meets governors, security agencies as COVID-19 cases surge.
Not yet Uhuru.
At all. I mean, and this explains, people like our governor who decided he's not opening the economy yet. I think it's not rocket science.
I'm mostly worried about this issue of a new strain, mutations, and well, I don't know how much our so-called resistance that some people have claimed that Africa seems to have some measure of resistance. And now they're talking about new strains. Well, I just hope we do the needful. Court okays INEC's power to deregister parties, and the story says the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has again okayed the powers of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to deregister political parties. The trial judge, Justice Oluyole Chikere, in his judgment on Thursday, held that Section 25A of the Constitution gives INEC the powers to deregister parties that fail to comply with the provision of the Constitution. Now, about 32 political parties had approached the court seeking an order to set aside the decision of INEC to deregister 74 political parties. Now, some of the affected 32 political parties are Advanced Congress of Nigeria, Advanced Nigeria Democratic Party, All Blending Party, All Grand Alliance Party, Better Nigeria Progressive Party, Democratic People's Congress, Freedom and Justice Party, and a Green Party of Nigeria. Some of these parties bear names very similar to some of the big political parties.
I think it's intentional.
All Grand Alliance Party. Now, just one word is missing from a party we know that all sway in some parts of Eastern Nigeria. Well, talking about this now, and looking back in time again, I would want to say regarding INEC proliferation of parties and party deregistration of this country, well, under the military midwife transition program of the Babangida administration, experimented with the two-party system and option A4, which actually turned out to be foolproof, producing the best elections in Nigerian history. Now, we know Nigeria has moved on, but one would have expected that that method would be a potential model for subsequent electoral and democratic experiments. So what's wrong with the two-party system at this point in time? Is it that the level of distrust among the ethnic nationalities is now so robust and elaborate that we cannot actually come together under a limited number of political parties?
I think we know the right thing to do as regards our electoral process. We just need to look at the reform. There's a bill waiting for Mr. President's assent. I hope he assents to it. We are due for a commercial break. We'll go for the break now. When we come back, more discussions and we'll open the phone lines. Don't go anywhere.
Are you aware that you can now obtain your certificate of occupancy in just 60 days under the Oyo State Home Owner Status Scheme, OYHOC? Just buy the OYHOC recharge card for 6,000 naira only from the Office of Lands in the local government, LCDA, or at the Secretariat, Agodi. Register your application by following instructions on the back of the recharge card, as the PIN number on the recharge card is the application number, and only applications with a vital PIN will be processed. The good news is that CFO processing fee for various types of properties are affordable and can be paid instrumentally. Not only that, your CFO can be used for bank loan or any financial transaction. It is now digitalized, so information on it can be accessed anytime, anywhere in the world. Hurry up, this offer is only available to the 31st of December 2020. For further inquiries, call 0700-696-52637.
ṣé ọ̀nà fún àyà tàbí inú rẹ̀ ń gbóná ni inú rẹ̀ ń dàrú? Andrews Liver Salt ń gbógun ti inú kíkún àti àyà títa ní wàrà ń ṣẹ̀ṣà. Tí àyípadà kò bá sí lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ méjì, lọ rí dókítà rẹ o.
Conversation with Dayo and Tola.
So glad to know you're there. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM and it's conversation with Dayo and Tola. You just joining us 7:05 a.m. destination time 7:30 a.m. I am Oladayo Ogunbowale.
I'm Tola Teriba.
Let's take a couple more stories before we open the phone lines for you, our distinguished listeners, to join the conversation. Okay, let's take this. June 12, Afenifere Tinubu Atiku orders El Abiola Lagos hosts youths. The National Democratic Coalition has rated the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired on the delivery of his campaign promise. In a statement on Thursday to commemorate the 27th anniversary of the annulled June 12, 1993 presidential election won by the late MKO Abiola, NADECO attributed Buhari's alleged woeful performance in office in the last 5 years to the faulty federalism being practiced by Nigeria. The group insisted that the only way the country could move forward was for Buhari to install true federalism, where the federating units could exercise greater autonomy. It accused Buhari and the APC of deceiving Nigerians in 2015 with a false campaign promise that they would restructure the country. NADECO said President Buhari's so-called 3 pillars to secure Nigeria, to reform the economy, and to fight corruption have clearly recorded very low achievements because the current centralist and unitarist governance structure remains unsuitable, unsustainable, and counterproductive in an heterogeneous geographical and political space where the different ethnic nationalities or groups of them must be free to govern themselves as they deem fit, given the divergent languages, religions, traditions, cultures, artifacts, and folklores of the people. Nigeria won't progress without returning to June 12. Afenifere Tinubu Atiku orders El Abiola Lagos hosts youths celebrating Democracy Day. That's on page 8 of the Punch newspaper. Let's take one more story from the hand.
All right, well, this one caught seizure of 120 million naira, $228,428 million dollars. Property linked to ex-Air Force chief wife. And we also have the FCC set to prosecute Okorocha returns 2.7 billion to Imo government, and that's as 1,000 ghost workers have been uncovered in Kwara.
So they know his name.
Oh. Well, to crime, let me just quickly take this one on the progress made by the police on the killing of Asisat Shumewa in Ibadan. One suspect has been arrested in connection with last Friday's murder of 29-year-old Asisat Shumewa in Ijefun, Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. Asisat, who was 7 months pregnant, was found murdered in her home after unknown assailant smashed her head with a stone. Now, the State Police Public Relations Officer, PPRO, SP Benga Fadi, confirmed the arrest of the suspect when the Nigerian Tribune asked for an update on the twin killings of Shumewa and Barakat Bello. Fadi said the suspect was in police custody and assisting in investigations. Also, he said investigation into Barakat's rape and killing was still ongoing. Police arrest one over Ibadan murder, page 32 of the Nigerian Tribune.
I think it's important we let our people know that President Mahmoud Buhari is currently addressing the nation. The address was slated for 7 a.m. this morning. It's ongoing as we speak. So you might want to join. I think our TV station is hooked on.
Yeah,
but this program continues. All right. So this is the point where you, our distinguished listeners, get to contribute to the show. I have that broadcast where General Sani Abacha fired that last shot. The shots that are not the election. Maybe towards the end we might play it. But for now, it
was Babangida.
Sorry, Ibrahim Babangida. I beg your pardon. Where General Ibrahim Babangida fired that last.
Abacha sent the interim national government packing. He sent Shoneko packing.
Exactly. You know. So yes, our distinguished listeners, time for you to join the conversation. We have our first caller here.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Mr. Falodun.
Nice to have you, sir.
Yes, I was interested in just a breakfast. Your protocol statement, Nadeko. The consumer operation is not working. We cannot, we need to take Nigeria to take a unit.
Where with you, sir?
Please go ahead.
Nigeria is a taking unit. But we are taking this decision. And work. But personally, the new thing that caused this problem for us, let's agree like that. So, the best that I'm going to take it, okay. Don't you just do the something of the organization further. So, I know the only way, because the position becomes right of this opportunity to be happy before 2020. And that's why we have to say, we just continue to be talking, and we have to change the constitution. And we've got to change it. President Buhari cannot change it. And the fact that President Buhari cannot change it. Then Buhari just execute law. It has to make law. And that's not the truth. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Falodun.
I mean, President Buhari cannot change it, so who will lead the change? We need someone to lead that change.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Mosra from Mauritania.
All right, yeah,
nice to have you. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, Mosra, please go ahead.
I want to talk on June 12th.
Please go ahead.
June 12th is the date that we cannot forget in Nigeria. Because Yoruba vote for Abiola, Igbo vote for Abiola, Hausa also vote for Abiola. But the experience is that Komaraye ma gbogbo wa for Meloni.
All right. Oh, that's it. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your call. Thank you for joining the conversation. 08055009850. That's the line to join the studios. Let's know your comment, your opinion. It's June 12th again.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is Aruna from Ogumesho.
All right, Mr. Aruna, good to hear from you.
Good morning, Mr. Dianchi.
Good morning, sir.
God will be with us all.
Amen.
As regard this trend, I think it's a day we need to remember of. And then the thing that happened on that June 12, 1993 is still reflected up to this present moment. So our brother, I just want to encourage our government they should do the right thing at the right time. Because we are tired of what is really happening in our dear country right now. God bless your state, God bless Nigeria at large. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Aruna.
No, from Odo, really appreciate you. I've this comment on Twitter. Oluyole Don said June 12 is all about hope. This government should focus on giving Nigerians hope rather than making them look for rope and die. Okay. Okay, that's something else. Thank you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Dayo and Tola Wedo.
Well, thank you
so much, sir.
I want to talk on this, sir.
All right.
We need to pray for that type of time to come around again. Because that time, Yoruba vote for Abiola, Hausa vote for Abiola, and Igbo also vote for Abiola. So may God let that type of time to come around again. Our leaders should learn from Abiola. All what he gets, he spend it on our nation. But nowadays, they just pack our money and take it away. So may God bless Nigeria.
Amen.
Thank you so much. I'm not sure. Did we get that name? Okay. The line is still open. 08055009850. 08055009850. We have someone else here.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'm from the.
We didn't get your name, sir.
I just want to comment about teachers. That teacher is doing a memory day. Nobody forgot that teacher in this country. Because you got for Abiola, Hausa, and Igbo, and all other tribes in this whole country. But all those people behind that system of problem, he left for them. God should help this country, and this country should move forward by the grace of God. Thank you, sir.
Your name and location, sir.
Thank you.
Your name, sir. Hello?
Your name and location.
Your name and location. Your name.
My name is Otuna Michael from Salagina Gumasho.
Okay, all right. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Michael from Gumasho. Phone line still open. You can still join the discussion. 08055009850. I'll try and check Facebook and see how many comments we can pick from there. But for now, stick with the phone lines.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Calling from Gumasho.
Nice to have you, sir.
Yeah. I forgot to mention my name the other time I called you.
Okay. Oh, all right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And you want to talk on June 12th.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
May God bless Nigeria.
Amen. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. You can still join the discussion. Ogbomoso people are leading today again. Okay. Let's see where else we'll get comments from. Phone line still open, still buzzing.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Timmy. I'm calling from Ikire.
Okay, Ocean State.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Kenny from Ikire, do well to call back. Would really appreciate your call. Do well to call back. We'll do for a commercial break. We're back, more calls.
ṣé ọ̀nà fún àyà tàbí inú rẹ̀ ń gbóná ni inú rẹ̀ ń dàrú Andrews liver salt ń gbógun ti inú kíkún àti àyà títa ní wàrà ń ṣẹ̀ṣà tí àyípadà kò bá sí lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ méjì lọ rí dókítà rẹ o.
Conversation with Dayo and Tola.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Okay, that's okay.
All right, nice to have you.
On the issue of the June 12th is unforgettable election we had in Nigeria. And unless we practice true federalism, if we can witness peace in Nigeria, because some part of Nigeria have taken Nigeria property as their own property. God bless you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Bolagade from Okeo. Phone line is still open. Do well to join. 08055009850. There's someone here.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Caleb Alabi.
Okay.
From where, sir?
From Nigerian Beauty.
Okay, yeah, in Ibadan. Okay, please go ahead.
Yes. Yes. I want to comment on this gameplay.
Go
I want to
ahead.
comment on this gameplay.
Please go
We
ahead.
don't have the 27th commemorative anniversary of June 12th. The elections to be the TRS and the credible elections to be conducted in Nigeria, won by the MK Abiola, but and not by military junta. But the question is that the entire asking, why are the elections annulled? How the elections annulled? The president, former president junta, Nigerian explanation. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Funny enough, Babangida is still alive. But of course, there's a lot of politics went on, and I mean, okay, let's take this call.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Diane.
Good morning,
Morning,
Grandma.
Grandma.
How can we have a successful government when you have the criminals among the senators and the looters also they are there?
What?
Eh? Only God will sanitize this country. If he visits them with serious death, then the country will be sanitized.
Wow.
When we are agitating for solidarity, nobody is God bless Nigeria. And God bless the people. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Grandma is very angry this
Grandma is
morning.
just, I remember one IG that they brought to face the Senate, and he was saying that there are people here that he has, that he has arrested before, and they are together here and say, it is well. I think, Grandma is on point. Our opinion right there.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Lantona.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Kennedy from Oklahoma State.
Oh, nice to have you. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. There's no time I remember the problem of June 12th that it doesn't have anyone. And I also wonder why option A4, which was successful then, is now not adopted since then. I wonder why. That's that. Then the that is on the about 2 billion naira. That such a thing could not can't happen in advanced democracies. You can't go scot-free in spite of returning the money. I think certain steps should be taken as how that money came about. So please have a good day.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Kayode. Now let me face Facebook before they sue me to court. Matthew Olalere on Facebook is saying, good morning, Mr. Dayantola. Happy Democracy Day to you guys and to all Nigerians. Yes, so from Ilero, we can see you. Kinde Tiger Kisomi. The comment credited to Miyetti Allah is presumptuously rascalian, tawdry, rascous, virulent, ignominious, impetuously impious, and they must be excommunicated. Hey! Mr. Kinde Tiger Kisomi, as always. Our own Bayagma here in Ibadan. Akintola Jide is saying, Mr. Dayantola, I greet you. Formerly, Nigerian major problem was corruption. Now insecurity is at its height. May God save Nigeria from nepotism, tribalism, incessant killings, bad leadership, and grant us true democracy. Dr. Jide Akintola from Ogbomoso. Orubade Williams. Good morning, guys. Happy Democracy Day. I think Chief MK Abiola soul will rest now peacefully. Oh, okay. But MK Abiola was not only the sacrificial lamb, there were other faithful Nigerians that lost their lives just to restore democracy in 1993. Democracy 1993 saga. Okay. Ajalaola Dayo. Beautiful morning, sir. Happy Democracy Day. Are we truly in democracy or our demon is crazy? I don't know. Where the laws are made for the poor masses while the rich and politicians are insulated from the law. May God have mercy. Ajala Oladayo from Ogumosho. Leke Adiobiyewe is saying, good morning, Mrs. Dayantola. Happy Democracy Day. Thanks for updating us. We're enjoying you. People from Leke Adiobiyewe, Omiadio, Ibadan. Alagbe John Adetunji saying, good morning. Onokorocha Rochas in Nigeria. Akparo kan Kogadu Kanlo. Why EFCC didn't arrest him? Let Lai Mohammed and Ibrahim Magu explain to us. I hope they can explain. Somebody saying, can the tiger kiss on me by who? Okay, answer yourself. Sonny Adiola watching you live from Abuja. Oh, thank you so much. How is Democracy Day in Abuja this morning? All right, we'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Chris calling from Ikene.
Nice to have you, Mr. Chris. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Yes. On Senator Protesters returned loose by the EFCC. We thank the EFCC for that. But at the same time, it is also good for them to look at the possibility of returning the one collected from Chifodis or Carlo for Abia State.
Okay.
They need to do that. On Democracy Day, I want to thank my people for working indefatigably to return Nigeria to democracy. They were seen as endangered species during the military era. Unfortunately, what they worked for have gone down the drains. We have instituted corruption for democracy. Today's democracy in Nigeria has brought untold hardship, unemployment, the emasculation of the high polloi, insecurity. We see a situation where very few people are controlling the wealth belonging to more than 200 million Nigerians. Finally, I hope that the President's meeting will be the President and the Speaker of the House of Reps will bring positive results on insecurity and not another usual example and blame game. Thank you and God bless Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chris, all the way from Ikene in Ogun State. Fumi Adewale is saying here on Facebook, a beautiful Friday from this side, Mr. Dayantola, how are you doing? Happy June 12. Oh, I pray the glory of Nigeria, being the giant of Africa, will be restored one day and everybody will be able to live in peace, because the news we're hearing here doesn't give us rest of mind at all. Mr. Tola, why don't you put on native dress like Mr. Dayo? Oh, I see our Facebook people. They can see us. It's Friday. Democracy Day is just a choice. Even me itself that I'm wearing it today is not. But thank you anyway. Enjoy your weekend from Mrs. Adewale, all the way from Ogumosho. Adeola's son is saying, good morning there, and happy democracy. The MQ cannot be forgotten in Nigeria, and the spirit of June 12 cannot be killed. But present leaders don't learn from June 12 issues. What we are seeing now is now what MKO died for. But instead we have massive corruption, insecurity, total darkness, poor infrastructure, high poverty rate, and so on. May God deliver us. Comrade Adeola Sunday from Shaki. Adeni Moses Adegoke say, happy democracy day. Nigerian power tussle has become the order of the day since 1999, and there is nothing to write home about from Amama area, Ogumosho. Let's take one more call.
Hello, good morning. Hello,
you're on. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is Mr. Zikagbola from Ogumosho.
Nice to have you. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, I want to ask one question about this COVID-19.
Okay.
Is it truly COVID-19 is real? Is it real?
It is.
It is very real.
It's real.
Yes, sir.
It's very real. Yes, I agree that it's very real. But here in Ogumosho and other places that are affected, I don't see any people maintaining social distancing. Who does not put on their face mask? There's no physical distancing, no social distancing. People are moving the way they have been doing before. So I don't know what is happening. If it's truly the community is safe, please, I want you to...
Mr. Isaac, please...
That the thing is truly really...
It is real, sir. Please keep yourself safe. Stay safe. Do not do what other people are doing. Stay safe, protect yourself, okay? Because when they start visiting NCDC and the isolation center, you might not be there.
I want to use some of these things. You could perhaps make a report to the appropriate authorities that, you notice that there is no social distancing and the COVID-19 rules are being flouted, and that you sincerely feel that something should be done about it.
Exactly. Let's pick one more call before we go.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
May Almighty Allah be with both of you.
Amen.
Always.
Amen.
I thank God I entered today.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
I want federal government
You didn't tell us your name and location, sir.
I want better government. I want to talk about that. My name is Sanunu Sarumi. That's
Okay. All right, sir.
Sanunu Sarumi.
All right, sir.
I want better government to give one of your sons an appointment at a federal level. That's my advice.
Okay. All right.
All
right. Okay. All right.
I doubt he would be interested.
Thank you so much. That's his opinion. He has a right to his opinion. He said if you give Biola son.
I doubt he would be interested.
Anyway. Okay. Oluyole Adeleke Electronics on Facebook is saying, good morning, guys. The shadows of June 12 are still very much with us. Whether we say it or not, the issues confronting the nation, which the heroes of democracy fought for, are still among the challenges facing us today. Even more. Happy Democracy Day. Oluyole Adeleke Electronics right there. Adiola, they will say again, beautiful morning to you there, Antola. May the celebrations of our Democracy Day in Nigeria so be worthwhile. As it is now, one can say there's nothing to celebrate. Oh, really? It's all craze here in there. Demo just decrease anyhow, in Fela's voice. This is not what we expected when we voted for Abiola in 1993. May God in his infinite mercy deliver us. Amen. I'm not sure we can take all these comments. Good morning, sirs. Are we really celebrating? If yes, then our backwardness and all that, that's the much we can take for today. Boluaji is already here. Up next, still tomorrow when we